Yeah.
Is it the fact that I'm so depressed that I can't even pray? Backslide like moonwalking, then lost my way. Is it the fact that I'ma say what these Christians afraid to say? Walk around with their nose up like they perfect in every way. But you forgot that we was born in sin and all fall short. Trying to kick a man out the church cause he smoked a Newport. Is it the fact I never knew my dad was raised by my mom? Used to sell drugs, puff L's, pop bottles of dimes. Spent half of my life behind bars from doing crime. Is it the fact I got a king size calling up on my life? The healer sick, cast out demons and preach Christ. Is it the fact that I'm a soldier, Jehovah's bulldozer with the Holy Ghost to crush the serpent's head like a boulder? Every day is getting colder, get this weight up off my shoulder. I can tell you the last time I was sober, called my mom and told her, I need help. Man, sometimes I feel like I ain't gonna make it, but I'm gonna make it because I worship the maker that make the makers make it. Checkmate. Should've left me alone, devil. Is it the fact I feel some way about this prosperity preacher? Feel a sliminess on their hands soon as they greet you. What you doing fueling up jets and Bentleys and Jags when you got families in your church living out of them trash bags? Is it the fact I'm separated, talking divorce with my wife, and how we disrespect the covenant we took with Jesus Christ? Her mom and dad did it, my mom and dad did it. Guess these vows don't mean nothing, might as well fall in line with it. No more for better or for worse, no more for richer or for poor. Have a couple arguments that threw us apart as out the door. Is it the fact that I was the first to hold my son when he was born? Now I gotta go to court to see him cause his mom's a woman scorned. Spirit of Jezebel, you've been warned, I'm focused now. Hoping against things they say that's hopeless now. And I'm about to tear the walls of hell down with God's help. Yeah, I got my weight up. Back me in no corner. Yeah, devil try to take my family, break up my marriage, keep me away from my son. But I got my war clothes on now, devil. I'm coming, and I'm a problem. You know it. Is it the fact I got a generational curse up on my family? Drugs, institutions, and death up all around me. Locked down in federal pen when God found me. Now I'm a prince of the king so you can crown me. Let's get it. Is it the fact that Satan been trying to kill me since I was 12? Got wanted posters hanging up on the streets of hell. But I became immortal when Jesus took the nail. So now I'm free like I made bail. Have mercy. Prepared a table in front of my enemies that curse me. Now I'm drinking from the water of life. I'm never thirsty. I'm the chosen. Principalities stuck, they frozen. Got my weight up. Demons wishing death upon me. Get your hate up. Took all my sins on Calvary cross. The debt's paid up. None of me and all of him. Get my life up on a limb. I may lose a couple battles, but this war I'ma win. Lock it down and get it in with God's help. Yeah, that's the moral of the story. Backed into a corner. You made me come out fighting. I thank you. See, because if you'd have never pressed me down, devil, if you'd have never backed me up, if you'd have never beat me down, I wouldn't have answered this calling. Now that I done answered this calling, and you got a problem, I'm the problem.
What mic you are speaking?
Whichever one. Yo, 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 yo. How we doing today, everybody? Kind of a different look. I know I look nothing like Pastor Martin. You know what I mean? But we still gonna hold it down today for Soul Therapy Live. I am your friend of the family, Amir Eaton, Ben Graham, Boogie, friend of the room. You know, you guys know me well. Today we have a guest sitting to my right. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Kendall Lance. I'm the owner of Tonzo and Maine Hair Products, as well as District Grooming Company Barbershop.
Yeah, man, and so this is a friend of the room today. I invited him in to be a guest today in the room. We wanted to focus on a lot of things today. Before we even get started, let's jump into some of our sponsors that we have going on today. One of our first sponsors that we have today, we will have. Before we even get there, let's start with the scripture of the day. The scripture of the day is going to come from Philippians 4:19, and it goes as this: "But my God shall supply all of your needs according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus." And that comes from Philippians 4:19. And my basis on that is this: we have God as our Father, who is able to provide for us with ease. This is why we do not panic where troubled situations come. Think of all troubling situations that have come your way. They're all in the past now. This shows you that God will settle your situations no matter what. Your only focus is to be trusting in God, nothing else. And one of the things why I wanted to focus on that right there is just like mainly, if you really think about it, I look at it like this. But my God should supply all of your needs according to His riches and glory by Jesus Christ. Which means it's like, if I have something in my mind that I'm thinking of or something that I want, I believe that the Lord will be able to provide that for me. And for me, it's just dwelling in that faith and knowing that. So I live my every day by faith. And I believe that we should live by faith, you know what I mean? Because that it's like that shadow of a doubt that will take us off of our edge, you know what I mean? How do you feel about that situation right there?
I think if you walk in faith, you won't be steered wrong. Just from personal experiences, when times or things get hard, first thing I do is, just sit down and seek guidance. That's the best way to put it. So I know that my faith is strong, as well as strong in everything that I do, and every decision that is made prior, during, and for future as well.
I feel that, man. You gotta walk by faith and not by sight. I feel like a lot of times, man, when I'm living in the streets, man, sometimes if I try and take it into my own hands, I feel like it never works. But if I put it in God's hands, it always seems to kind of work itself out.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So when you say walk by faith and not by sight, I kind of lean more towards that, and understanding that. So that's why, like with that specific scripture, that kind of like caught my eye today, And that's why I wanted to bring it up as a scripture of the day. And then even moving forward, we're going to go and get into some of our sponsors. One of our sponsors that we have the church that we're in right now, Divine Truth Christian Center, where all of our dreams are realized. And we love people. We love God. Another one of our sponsors is going to be Truth Learning Academy, where, there you go, let your light shine bright. So if you have any kids, infant to pre-K, if you have anybody that's in need of being watched or somewhere where they can come and get positive influence while you're at work, enroll them into True Learning Academy. Phone number is going to be 407-807-0701. True Learning Academy, where you let your light shine bright. And then another one of our sponsors is going to be 0 to 100 Automotive. For any of your automotive needs, repairs, or whatever, this is a mobile automotive as well. So he'll pull up to wherever you're at. So say, for instance, if your car ain't starting, you're at the crib trying to figure out how to get that thing going, you can holler at 0 to 100 Automotive, mobile general automotive repairs. And then another one of our sponsors that we have is going to be The Broken Plate. The Broken Plate, they originated here at Divine Truth, and I'm not gonna lie, I had some of their food and it is super good. You know what I mean? 100%. They cater events and they do personal catering as well. It's gonna be The Broken Plate, you know what I mean? So go ahead and holler at them. Those are our sponsors. So we're gonna jump right into it. So we're gonna jump into wave after wave. One of our first topics that we have going on is just, we're ending out Black History Month. We're ending out the first quarter, should I say. So just looking at that, we about to end the first quarter of the year. How has it been so far? So when I'm looking at you brothers, even before we get there, let me introduce my brothers. First and foremost, we have Mel that just walked in. You guys remember Mel?
How you doing? How you doing?
Mel, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Shamel Jones. I'm from New York. Met these guys through barbering. Been knowing these guys for years now. See them as my brothers. So yeah, I'm here. I'm just supporting the podcast. Appreciate him allowing me to be here. So just gonna show you guys some love.
Shamel, friend of the room. It's probably the second time you guys have seen him. He's one of our co-hosts on the Soul Therapy Live. Next to me, we have Kendall. Kendall, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them where you're from, what you do.
Again, my name is Kendall Lance. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut originally. Live out here in Orlando, Florida. I own one product line and a barbershop. Tonzo and Maine is the product line. It's a hair product dedicated to men's grooming. We got, molding cream, deluxe pomade, beard oil, beard moisturizer, as well as District Grooming Company is the barbershop that's located in Oviedo, Florida. It's, luxury at its best. That's what we strive for. One thing I could say about us that separates us from everybody else, we definitely are attentive to our clients. So that's what we strive for, and that's what we strive to be the best in.
Barbering. What does she say? Product line. Yeah, man. So this is Kendall to my right and Mel to my further right. These are two friends of the room. They're gonna be helping me out today on today's podcast. So the first topic we wanted to get into, man, it's like we was talking about. So it's the end of the first quarter. We're about to end the first quarter in the Black History Month. How has the first quarter been for you guys so far?
It's been actually good, to be honest. In a new shop right now, Mr. B's Grooming Lounge. Shout out to Mr. B. Actually, today is it the 6-year anniversary today?
6-year anniversary
today.
This is the 6-year anniversary today.
So definitely shout out to him, another mentor of all three of us. But we in a new shop right now, and it's definitely a good vibe for the year. We started in there January 3rd, so I've been in it the whole year. You know what I mean? And with new personalities and new clients, fresh faces, it's been all love. Like I really been enjoying it, and the learning aspect, learning a little bit more. You learn every day with barbering, so just being with a national educator, you know what I'm saying? It's a big thing. So I'm just soaking up everything. Life is life, though. You know what I mean? You got your struggles here and there.
Life be life.
You know what I'm saying?
Life be life.
Definitely true.
You gotta enjoy enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because it make you who you are. So it's been good. I don't like putting out the negative. You know what I'm saying? My moms always say, like, you manifest everything that you say, negative or bad. I mean, good or bad. So always try to put positivity out there. So it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. What about you, Kendall?
I would say end of the first quarter, for just on paper, it's preparation. That's one thing that we definitely strive on, as well as strive for, is preparation, being prepared, so that way if you're ready, you don't have to get ready. So the end of the first quarter for us at District Grooming Company, as well as Tonzo and Maine, is basically preparing ourselves for the rest of the year, how we're gonna maneuver through the year, and also finish the year out strong once we get to the end of it. I think it's everything is a learning lesson, so you take bits and pieces and you learn from it, the do's, the don'ts, the things that you want to improve on, as well as the things that you see that you might just have to push to the wayside. Again, it goes by walking in faith. You trust in your faith to see and guide you. So even if it's something that you personally don't want to do, God might be saying, hey bro, chill out, that's not this time, it's not yet. You prepared for it, but I mean, we'll use it at another date, another time.
It's crazy because like I'm listening to both of y'all, and what I hear is like preparation. Like it almost seemed like the first half of the year is figuring it out, preparing for what second, third, and fourth quarter gonna look like. Like I'm not gonna lie, my first quarter, man, it's like that first quarter been rough. That first quarter been, like you say, I'm playing a new team, I'm figuring it out, trying to work it out, you know what I mean? But it's like, the thing about it is that we're all in a situation where we're settled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know this is the team I'm playing for. It's just how we finna get the wins. You know what I mean? And that's what my first quarter's been like, man. Like, it's been hard. It's been a lot of struggles. It's been a lot of personal growth. And I think that's where it's always been coming from. It's like personal. It's not even like, when I think about the first quarter, it hasn't been me passing the ball. I just been a ball hog. You know what I mean? I've been working on myself. I've been working on my game. I've been working on my dribble. I've been working on how I'm going to drive to the hole and make it work for me. You know what I mean? I think 2023 is the year of personal growth. So I think how we start is going to determine how we finish. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we start is going to determine how we finish. So I've been working on that, man. I've been trying to figure it out. And I think every day, especially us as black men, though, I think this is the time. Like, we really got to figure it out, you know. And so, like, my first quarter's been just like that, just like that, man. And I'm not gonna lie, let's move into the second one. So wave after wave, we was talking about earlier. Me and you was chopping it up, Mel. I sent you the story earlier. We was talking about what's his name, Brandon Miller. No, not Brandon Miller. Darius Miles. I'm sorry, Darius Miles. Darius Miles. He was charged with. I'm gonna read it to y'all real quick. So Darius Miles, University of Alabama basketball player Darius Miles, has been arrested and charged with murder in connection with a shooting near campus Sunday, which left a 23-year-old woman dead, Tuscaloosa law enforcement announced. Now, let's just think about it, right? They got the NL, what is it, NIL?
NIL.
So you finally get out the house, you get to where you're going, and then you do something like that. What's y'all thoughts on this whole situation in the whole? Just even reading that little personal piece right there. We'll start with you, man. Go ahead, because you already about to jump.
I feel like it was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I feel like also like being a black man, you know what I'm saying, in that aspect, just hearing the story and trying to analyze the situation, why it happened, how it happened, like a lot of pride was in that situation.
Can you brief us on the story a little bit?
From what I heard, the female who was killed, I don't remember her name exactly. The female who was killed, she was there visiting with her boyfriend, and then the person who killed him was trying to talk to her, but she wasn't allowing him to advance. You know what I mean? She was shutting down all his advances, and then the boyfriend kind of stepped into it, and then that led to him calling his friend to bringing the gun to him and him shooting shooting inside of the vehicle, which it's a lot. And you know what I mean? It's a lot. And it probably happened so quickly, you know what I'm saying? And just a lot of pride behind that. A lot of anger. Like you in a great place right now. You're supposed to be in a great place in your life right now. You know what I'm saying? I think this is actually he was a junior. It was his junior year. I think he played with him for like 3 years, and then they used to end your career off on that note. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like,
it says the driver of the car told police that someone had shot into his vehicle, and said he returned fire in self-defense, possibly striking one of the suspects. Investigators said. So somebody shot at him, and then he returned fire.
Yeah, but it was over female.
And you know what, man? Just even looking at that whole situation, man, it's crazy because he just starting his life. And a situation that's involving a female, and that's what, as like us black men, man, we was just talking about it earlier. Why is it like always something like that that's gonna bring us down? You know what I mean?
Bro, it's pride.
I think it's an unfortunate situation either way. I mean, I don't, as a young black man, we have to think of so much things differently, and this is one thing that I talk to my son about a lot of the times is unfortunately is not putting yourself in certain situations. Now, there are things that you can control and there's things that you can't control, but if you know that, and I don't know the full basis behind the whole story with the people involved, but if you know that you have the opportunity to walk away from something, put your pride aside and walk away, because it's not like how we grew up. We're in our 30s, man. We getting old. So we have to go put some pause on somebody real quick. It is what it is. Nowadays these young guys they're playing for keeps, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So even if you do get yourself in a situation, this is what I stress to my son all the time. I mean, I get it. If you gotta scrap it out, it is what it is. But leave.
Yeah.
Because if you have the opportunity to see another day, whether you're on the receiving end or the aggressor at that point in time, I'll be honest with you, I would rather you live to see another day as a free man versus put yourself in a situation to where now I gotta see you through a glass.
Yeah.
Or worse.
There be a lot of emotions in that. Most of the time it don't even really be the situation that you mad at. You could be mad at a whole different situation, but that just one little small thing just, set it off.
Yeah, bottling it up.
Yeah,
I've been bottling up all this stuff, and you about to make it come out.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know what? So I mean, just like you said, man, like looking at you through a glass window. One thing my mom always say, man, like when I wake up in the morning, I want to see your car in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care what you do, I need you to come home at night. You know what I mean? So it's like even just thinking about it, because like for me, I look at it in this process. Like, what was your thought process? You have so much to lose, So why would you put it all on the line? Why would you bet it all on the line? You know what I mean?
It's pride. It's a pride thing. Which in a situation like that, I don't know if this young man has, an influence that is over him in the sense of a old head. We use that word for example. An old head telling him, "Hey, young blood, don't do this, don't do that."
Yeah.
Versus, other influences that's telling them to go ahead and do it. Don't let nobody punk you like this or whatever. But realistically speaking, like Mel said, it's a pride thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's why didn't you put your pride aside?
Yeah.
And now you're here. And now you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, just even looking at it as a whole, look what time it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 2:00 in the morning. As an athlete, for one, you need to be at the crib. Now, if you want to take it further back, your moms always say, certain stuff only happen at a certain time of night. You know what I mean? So after 12, like, be real. You know what I mean? So you obviously had to have some drinks in you and stuff like that. So you really ain't thinking correctly. And then your emotions in it, and then your pride in it. You know what I mean? She probably clowned you in front of your boys or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, her boyfriend stepped down on you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, just a mixture of things that could have been all avoided, like you said, if you would have walked away.
Yeah.
Or, bro, if you would have just went to the crib, like, come on, man, you an athlete. You got to do certain things. You know what I mean? You a black athlete. You know what I mean? For a good team, like definitely got to move different.
In Alabama.
You got to move different, bro.
And like, listen, all right, so think about it, right? Now, see, Mel, you elaborated. You said somebody brought him the gun, correct? Now, let's talk about it. So the dude that brought him the gun, his name is Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
He's an Alabama freshman. So now, in one of their recent games, he was coming out. You know how they introduced the team? He was coming out, right? And when they call, introducing to the stage, coming out, Brandon Miller. One of the dudes, it happened to be a white guy, one of the white players on the team, and we moving in wave after wave, one of the white players on the team patted him down, and that's how he introduced himself. But it comes to find out, this is the guy that brought him the gun. Now, see, even now we sit here and we talk about what we talk about. How does this make the case look?
Not good at all.
And then what does this look like too?
That's it's a lot into that right there. First of all, I'll be real. It's a white man patting down a black man.
See, that's the first thing we see.
You just got in trouble for. You ain't in this. I mean, you in this situation. You know what I mean? You ain't shoot, but you got in trouble for a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Accessory.
Again, you in Alabama, so it's just like that's what we deal with on a daily basis for real. Being patted down by an officer or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I look at and see. But again, this man, like, you're a freshman, you're 18. You know what I mean? You really ain't. Your brain really ain't fully functioning till you 25, 26 or whatever. Till you up there. So he probably ain't think it was all that. But in hindsight, it is. Like,
in my mind, it's like when I look at it, it's like, have you ever been through that situation before?
So that's what I was thinking. Even what Mel just said right there, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I know as a kid growing up in Hartford, Connecticut, I mean, we got stop and frisk that's still to this day.
Yeah.
You know? So if you grow up in
I never been in that situation.
see, it's get on the wall. You don't say nothing. You just put your head on the wall. Police, they tell you, and they pat you down, take your book bag, run your book bag, see what's in there, whatever the case is. So these are things to where growing up in a situation like that, in an environment like that, of course, you're young. You don't know, quote unquote, any better until you get out of that situation, and now you know better.
Yeah.
So there is more knowledge of it. Me personally, I don't know if this was a joke or was this for real, but I wouldn't let him do that. If that's a teammate, nah, don't touch
You know what
me.
I'm saying? Yeah, we know.
Like where are we going
I'm
with
trying to
this?
take
You making a
myself
joke out of it, and
far away
now
from the
come to find
situation.
out this guy is one of the people
Accessory.
that's to it.
Yeah.
So what you say with making the case look, and this is just like I said, I don't know too much about the case. This is just face value right here.
Yeah.
Bro, you're guilty.
Yeah, come on now.
You're guilty, even if it was a joke, because this is how it's going to be perceived in the court.
Yeah,
This is how it's going to be perceived in society.
yeah,
This is how it's going to be perceived. So I say that because of the perception of everything.
Mhm.
Again, we have to walk a certain way. We have to talk a certain way.
yeah.
real.
You right,
And
you right.
it is what it is. J. Cole said it in the song, right? We all know what he said. You know?
Yeah,
He said it
man.
from the hood, they got it, talking ways that's unnatural, but it is part of our
part of it.
upbringing. These are what our mom, our dad, our uncles, our aunts have taught us from when we were younger, in the sense of you have to be different because you are different.
Yeah.
Word.
Maybe not those same exact words, but I mean, we 30-something-year-old men now, and we still live by that, because when we get pulled over, we already know what to do. 10 and 2, whatever the
Yeah,
case
10 and
is.
2. 10 and 2. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
Cause I mean, I'm looking at this like, man, first and foremost, cause you were part of the murder. He must not watch First 48. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get 30 years. You feel me? Everybody. Or you get there, you get 30,
Everybody
you get 30, you get 30, you finna get 30. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like what I want to do, because I want to keep my scholarship. I want to keep playing, man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like my grandma used to always say, you gotta drive for yourself and other people.
Yeah.
You gotta think for other people.
In that
Yeah.
situation, for sure.
You know what I mean? So now, even if I'm an old boy that's patting him down, cause he's forever gonna be remembered by
That's
that.
guy.
You know, this man, he can be Christian Laettner in the NBA. But that's what we remember him as, you know what I mean? So it's like, do I even want to be a part of that? You know what I mean? Because now you signing me up for something. This the meme, if we talking about meme of the day, right? This you finna have me on screen forever now, like this. They don't even, what's the man's name?
No idea, dog.
Nobody will ever know his name. This is all we gonna know him by, but you just brought me in on that. And it's like they say, just like we say, everybody get 30 years, right? Since I brought you the gun, now I'm brought in on your situation, accessory to the crime, you know what I
Accessory to the
mean?
crime.
And it's like, even we ending Black History Month watching 2 black men throw away their lives, and it's just starting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just starting, and it's over pride, a female, influence. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're doing it in a situation. It ain't like you in a predominantly black area where it's like, okay, maybe we can ride for him for a second. You in a situation, you in an area where it's like, nah, they gonna be like, you know what, he did it, put him down. You know what I mean?
I mean, even with that, just looking at it though, like, he's not charged with nothing yet.
This guy,
Yeah,
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller's not charged with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just to put yourself on a, you know what I mean? Yeah, like,
Yeah,
like, you tripping, bro.
Yeah, like it makes
Like,
absolutely no sense.
Like they letting him ball because, I mean, he did bring the gun, but he didn't see it, he didn't touch it. You know what I'm saying? So I did try to like analyze that and like, how didn't you see it? How didn't you touch it? Like, man, I don't know if it was his whip or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can see, you know what I'm saying, when somebody be like, hey, yo, bring me my whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'll bring the whip around. Like, let me get my stuff out of the whip. You know what I'm saying? And it being a situation like that. So I don't really want to crucify, bro, but you
Yeah.
kind of crucifying yourself when you know what I
crucifying
mean?
yourself.
When you doing stuff like that. Like, it's the small things.
That add up.
Yeah, man. My
That
girl say
literally add
that.
up.
It's the small things, bro. You know what I mean? For real.
My girl say that. That mean it's real.
It's real, bro. Small things, man. That joint add up for real. So just
Yeah.
something as small as that, man, it make you look bad.
Yeah.
You kind of want to take yourself out of the spotlight right now. I mean, you in the spotlight, but off of this murder case, like you don't want to be involved in that.
Nah, I ain't trying to go viral when I'm in a murder case.
Nah, man.
I'm gonna hold off on
And
going
they
viral.
already on my head because I'm still playing ball.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they booing me. The whole crowd booing me. So everybody know about the situation. So like, you thought about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even make
You know
a
what I'm
joke
saying?
about
Like,
it.
you
Like I
thought
said,
about that, bro.
if that was some type of joke or whatever, I don't know what it was, but I would like, don't touch me. Like,
Yeah.
let me just get my announcement and sit down somewhere.
Man, and if we had a video, the way he came up, he put his hand. It's like, you know how when you walking through the airport.
Like, he was saucy with it. Like,
Yeah. You feel me?
yeah.
You like, I know what's coming. You know what I mean? And then Buddy come out, he pat him down. Like, for me, it was just like, oh man, you just
They high five after.
Yeah, nah. It wasn't even worth knowing. Though. I don't even know, man.
That's
You
right.
feel me?
I don't know.
Cause it's like now, if I'm an NBA and I'm finna draft you,
Exactly.
that just
That's
threw it away
literally
right
what I
there.
was thinking about
I'm not
right
finna.
there.
I'm not finna. Oh, I
100%.
drafted Brandon Miller.
No.
But all right, come on, we got to move on, right? Because we can talk about this so much, man, because it just shows you how easy it is to throw away your life, man. You know what I mean? And we're gonna touch back on it a little bit more because it coincides with the stuff we're talking about. But let's get into the meme of the day. Now, Mel, you brought up the meme of the day today. You want to elaborate a little bit on that meme of the day?
Oh, yeah, I mean, for sure. Let me let me pull it up real
There
quick.
it is, right there for you.
Strength is what we gain from the
Madness we survive.
yeah.
How you
I
feel about that?
kind of said that. I mean, like you said, it's our preparation. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
As I was saying, like my first quarter, I'm gonna say was good. It's been some struggles. Like I said, life is life. You know what I mean? There's some struggles, but
Life be life.
it's building me for what's going on in the future. You know what I'm saying? I be in church. You know what I mean? I be in church, but how do they say it? Like the Lord not gonna give you too much that you can bear. You know what I'm saying?
Not gonna give you more than you can bear.
And more than you can bear. And he also is going to putting you in certain situations so you be ready for other situations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some of the stuff that be happening in my life, like I try not to complain about it. Matter of fact, I don't complain about it. I just know it's for a reason. Everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
So I just gotta take it as that. Like, we all play sports. You know what I'm saying? You mess up on that one play, you know what not to do next time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just building yourself. Like you said, you in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't passing the ball. Like, you trying to work on your own game. So you know what to do on the next play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You practice and that kind of it don't make perfect, it make perfection. So you just, you know what I mean? You trying to perfect yourself.
Yeah. See, man, it's like strength is what we gain from the madness we survive. Like, bro, when you send that to me, like I sent it to you, like I was like, yeah, go ahead and find the meme of the day, and you sent that right back. And when I'm thinking you gonna send me something funny. When you send me that, I'm expecting something funny. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, we finna chop it up on something funny. But when you sent me that, I sat back for a little bit. Cause it's even when we talked about the first quarter.
I seen little thinking bubbles on the bottom of the
Yeah, you know what I mean? I want to respond,
Exactly,
but I'm just like,
delete. Thinking bubbles again, delete.
Cause it's like you said, God won't give us more than we can bear. And bro, this last few months, I've been like, bro, what you think I can bear? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you think I can bear? Hey, nigga, you heavy, man. Bro, I woke up this morning, and I said, Father God, I need a breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even like, Lord, I need a breakthrough right now. It was just the simple fact that I need a breakthrough, right? But that breakthrough to me was what he gave me today. He was just like, I'm gonna just push you through today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes it be just that, man, because it's like people don't know. And as black men, people don't know the type of stuff that we endure, we're going through, stuff that's on our shoulders. What it took for me to put my clothes on and walk outside. And we are all barbers, so what we do is we smile in people's face all day. So we shucking and jiving, and then people want to come to us with their problems. So it's like, bro, I got the weight of the world, and then you give me more weight. Because I'm the type of person, and we all the type of persons, I think that's why we relate so much. If you sit in my chair and you have a heartache, and I'm probably gonna feel a little bit of that heartache for the remainder of the day, especially if you're a regular and I rock with you. Yeah, I'm gonna feel you. You know what I mean? And I always used to tell I always used to tell people, I say, you're not really my friend unless you feel me. All my friends feel me. I ain't really got to say too much. I ain't got to do too much. They know what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can pull up.
Off the energy.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk today, but y'all do what y'all finna do today. You know what I mean? I just want to be amongst the people. You feel me? And it's like, strength it's when we get through to the other side. You feel what I'm saying? Like they was, I forgot what I was watching. It was like, man, you be walking and it's like when you walking at night. Chick, you sent me Bozeman, when you walking at night.
What?
You walking at night and you can't see, but you see that little bit of light. So you just kind of walking towards the light, and it just slowly gets bigger. You know what I mean? And it's like, the strength comes when I make it through, and I realize that, you know what, I just made it through all of that. What else can I endure? You know what I mean? And that's what I got from that. It's like, man, just keep pushing. Keep pushing, because it's like, man, we even though we don't think about it, we in the gym right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We getting strong right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's something that we don't think about. We don't think about the daily little things that we're doing to mentally and physically get strong every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at your story in the morning. First thing you're doing, you pumping iron. You know what I mean? But it's what you do in the morning to give you that strength to push through the day. You know what I'm saying? Mel wake up in the morning, he go in the bathroom, he sing a song to himself. You know what I mean? That's what he do to push through the day. You know what I mean? Like me, I wake up, I ain't gonna front, I sit in the bed, man, I gotta get myself a prep talk. Like, it's like, hey man, like, cause I don't know where my strength finna come from that day. You know, and I don't have my morning routine down like I want to yet.
Yeah.
And I see that that's key. First thing we do in the morning is gonna dictate the whole day.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if you get out of bed with bad energy, that's your day. If you get out of bed with good energy, that's your day. If you get out of your bed indecisive, you finna question everybody all day. Like, man, what are you on? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, man, it's just, when we make it to the other side, man, we kind of really realize what we are made of. But when we going through it, man, we have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely the truth. I want to piggyback off of that right quick, or whatever what you say is dictating your day. For me, it's literally the first thing I do when I wake up. I'm still laying in bed, I say thank you. That's first thing. First and foremost, I say thank you. Whether it's verbal out loud or it's just in my head before my feet touch the ground, I say thank you. Do my daily routine, morning routine, you know, whatever that is, and first thing I do is hit the gym to get my physical strong, because I feel as though if I'm physically able to take on the day, that means everything else will come after the fact. So then it goes into the mental process. So usually for like it usually happens when brushing my teeth or something like that or whatever. I'll listen to like some type of podcast or some type of motivational speaker. Most of the time it is faith-based. So it's somebody just talking about literally anything. It could be, you know, thank you for apples today. But it just changes my whole mindset. And I know if I don't do that, how I feel, I turn, you know, into 50 Cent at any given moment. Y'all know how I am. Literally, it's literally like, you know, it's funny you actually do that, because I remember that little the Savage Baby, that's what I call it, the little
wrestler.
Yeah, I put it on every station, every shop that I ever been to ever since you gave it to me. And that's one of the things, like, I know if I have a client that's in a chair and he's like mentally killing me, not physically, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this junk is driving me crazy, or I'm talking to somebody, texting somebody, I literally look at it, the Savage Baby, that's what I call him. I look at him and I'm like, you know what, if he can do it, I can do it. This baby is literally about this big with a 5 o'clock shadow and a blue diaper, which I don't understand why, but whatever. So I look at it sometime and I sit back and think, like, if he can handle anything, I can handle anything. And it's just small things, but again, it's also knowing your circle for me as well. So if I know, you know, I could not speak to Mel for months and then pull up, people think that we spoke yesterday. You know, and same thing with Ben is this is how it is, because the circle and the understanding, I feel as though has always been there from day one. There hasn't been any, you know, anything else besides how are we going to get to point B, not Z, but how are we going to get to B all together. So let's get together and strength wise and get there.
Man, that's a fact, bro. Like it's a beautiful thing that I do know you guys. But what also is a beautiful thing is how well we've been moving throughout the years.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, man, we ain't seen each other in a while, but we gonna pull up and act like it's been, you know what I mean? But your circle, like your circle, that was key right there. Because when you said that, man, and that's something that like even touching into the people that's out there, man, like your circle is everything. Your circle determines you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the things I love about this circle that we have is like it don't matter. Like we rank on each other bad. You know, but at the same time, I can call you for the energy that I need.
Like nobody else rank on.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I can say
it, but you can't say it exactly. Hold on.
All right, so look,
man's right here.
moving on into the next wave, the next progression. You know what I'm saying? Because we can talk about these topics all day, man, and we got such a great relationship, and so much stuff that we done been through. It's like, man, we just have so much to say about these topics. So now, like, pushing in, right? I want to put both of you fellas on. This is a area what we call the hot seat. You know what I mean? So I want to put both of you guys on the hot seat today, and I'm gonna jump in with y'all. You know, bump it. We all gonna jump in the fire today. You know, but I got some topics. You know, where it's like words and phrases that I just like to talk about, throw out there, and just see what comes across y'all mind when I say stuff like that. You know what I mean? So the first thing I'm gonna say is this. So we in the hot seat. So let's just talk about this. Let's see. Single fathers. Let's talk about single fathers.
It ain't a lot of us.
Us.
Yeah, it ain't a lot of single fathers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a job too. Like, I mean, much respect to the single mothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be real.
It's our year though.
Yeah,
It's our year.
Right. Single fathers. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we just got out of Black History Month. Single black fathers.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just,
Shout out to the other fathers.
Dads being in you know what I mean? And being present, you know what I'm saying, is a big thing. Like, I know being older, you know what I'm saying, I know the strains and struggles of being a parent and some of the mistakes that my parents made, and my pops not really being there. Like, I wanted him to be there, but I understand though. You know what I'm saying? But now with me understanding, I understand even more why I need to be here for mine. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot to hold. It's a lot to hold up to. You know what I mean? Being a single father, for one, you still growing every day. I got a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like, dang. I got a 14-year-old. Like, I was looking at him like, dang, bro, you getting kind of big, bro.
Yeah.
But I still feel like the youth of myself. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta hold myself in a certain way. And then when I see other kids out there, and I don't really get on other people's kids. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But you need to do better. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, I feel like you ain't mine, so you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You need to act a little bit differently. Especially, all right, so we in the shop, you know what I'm saying? So when the kids come in the shop, I be like, yo, what you doing, bro?
I don't get no kids no lollipop that don't deserve a lollipop.
You ain't got no lollipop, so I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? The kid asking for a lollipop today, I'm like, nah, bro.
Nah, bro, not the way you acting.
Yeah.
Bro, listen,
You gotta
we
go.
gonna jump in this little boy.
Yeah.
Cutting his hair, clean little cut. My man's coughing. Yo, can you cover your mouth, dog? He just looked at me. Look straight. Start coughing again. Took his arm out, put a piece of hair off his tongue, put it back in, and started coughing again. I'm like, bro, so you can take a piece of hair out of your mouth and not cover your mouth, dog? Oh, yeah, he had me tight, bro. He had me tight. I'm just thinking, like, if my son was here, nah, he ain't doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I love being a single father, for one. I like seeing, you know what I mean, people, single fathers with their kids. It's a blessing to me to have kids, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it wasn't for mine's, like, sometimes you want to quit, you know what I'm saying? But you can't quit because you got them looking at you, and you gotta be a certain way. Sometimes you just don't feel like going to work, but but you gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Or just little stuff like, yo, I don't feel like cooking for you right now, man.
Yeah. But you
But
gotta
you
whip
know what
it
I
up.
mean? You gotta do it. So like I definitely big up all the fathers, the single fathers out there, all the fathers in general, period. Point blank. Like you in your kid's life, even if they ain't living with you full time, you just, you know what I mean, being present, calling them, whatever you can do, it's a blessing. And it mean a lot to them.
Yeah.
Because I got to know of me not getting it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand certain situations now being older, but like I said, with understanding, like I understand why you need it so much more. You know what I'm saying? So just being present. So I guess that's my spiel.
What about you, man?
Nah, I mean, it's for me, it's the if you know better, you do better mentality. We all come from different backgrounds throughout, you know, our upbringing, and it's always been like, if you had a dad that was there or a father that was there and they were present, but they were always working, were they really there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Yeah.
Now in my adult life, I understand that and I appreciate it, of course, but it's still also the little things that has happened in between those times of working. Okay, showing me how to fix a bike, showing me, you know, how to mow the lawn correctly, which to this day I still hate mowing the lawn, but I understand how to mow the lawn correctly because everything what you put in. So for me, it's always been those little basic principles. So when it go to the single father aspect, my son is 13. I literally is guy talk, you know. I'm at this stage where I could almost talk to him like, I don't want to say one of my peers because I'm still his father, but sometimes I forget that he's even my son. I feel like he's like a little brother to me. Like I told y'all that multiple times, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I gotta discipline you on this right here. But it's the figuring out aspect, so it's knowing better and do better. So the way that, you know, our parents have raised us, or our dad have raised us, or whatever father figure that we had growing up have raised us, now we implement those same principles and practices into our kids, whether it's a boy or a girl for that matter. You still want them to do better and have the knowledge to do better, versus, you know, a lot of parents or a lot of fathers, I'll say that, they don't teach that stuff. They say, oh, I want to do it my way, which, I mean, traditional aspects as well as foundational aspects, those kind of work sometimes. Not saying everything is right, but definitely use it and put your twist on it, because then that way you have something to work off of and they have an understanding of where it came from, versus just honestly winging it. Some days I do feel like I'm winging it. Some days, you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, some days, bro, I just be sitting there looking at him like, I can't even get mad at you right now because I just did that yesterday. You know, but it's like, I understand, but then it's like, okay, now it's a teaching moment right now, even if it's something simple like, you know, cleaning the bathroom. This is the proper way how to clean the bathroom, or this is the way I want it cleaned. So it's not me telling him, because nowadays my son is 13, he's my height, and literally he tells me every day, when I'm 14, I'm gonna try you. At first I had no idea what he meant by that. And I'm like, oh, is he talking about trying me like how, you know, I think it means? So I bought an extra pair of boxing gloves for him. Like, I'm not even joking. You know, it's like, these are things where, you know, raising a young black man, you have to instill these principles in them and instill these things in them. And for me, it's life lessons and teaching moments. So, you know, putting them paws on them, that's a teaching moment. I'd rather him have it by me than somebody else, and then it turns into a bigger situation. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm gonna beat the dog, you know, whatever, but it's just understanding that every action that you do has some type of repercussion, reaction, even consequence behind it. And so when he is 14, you know, this might be put on the internet somewhere. I don't know. I might set up a camera for it. I told him we'd go 3 rounds. He said he want to go 12. I guess he feels as though he gonna outlast me. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm waiting for that day. But either way, it's just the teaching moments. Oh, I got way more cardio than him. Like, he has nothing. He get gassed after a minute. But, you know, it's just those teaching moments that, for me, it's, as a single father, showing him the right way, or not even the right way, a better way. I'll say that. because knowing things that I've done in my past in the sense of growing up in the environment I grew up in, my son does not have any knowledge of that in the sense of living in that type of environment, living in that area, you know, nothing.
Yeah.
So it's normal for me, but it's not normal for him, but it's also exposing him to certain things, and again, teaching moment to show him that, okay, this isn't the way to go, or this is the way to go, or this could be done better and improved on.
Yeah. Well, some of the things that I picked up on you guys said was like, one, experiences. I'm still growing, you know. Teachable moments, you know what I mean? And like when I think about experiences, man, and it's like when I step back, because my pops wasn't there, my mom was there full time. I had my stepdad, you know, my stepdad was there, but my mom was on deck though. You know what I mean? And even like right now, like I stay across from my mom, but I remember all the experiences that me and my mom went through. You know what I'm saying? But I remember all the experiences me and my brother went through. To me, my brother was my dad. You know what I mean? So we went through a lot of experiences. I remember like my brother teaching me how to ride a bike. You know what I mean? Like just teaching me how to play football. You know what I mean? Just teaching me how to fight. And a lot of those came through experiences. I mean, I'm finna beat you up real quick, and you just gonna learn that I don't want to get beat up. You know what I mean?
So I'm saying,
you
I had 3 older brothers, bro. I said I ain't never get my tail whooped in the street, but my brothers handed it to me multiple times.
Yeah, man. You know, it's like just through experiences, man. And I think especially right now, that's the best thing that we can give off to the youngins is experiences. Because a lot of time, I always say this, man. Sometimes with the younger men, they do stuff, and I be like, maybe he just didn't know the right way. You know what I mean? Because we need visuals.
Yeah.
Like as much as we don't want to like talk about it, as men, we're visual. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you want me to fix the car? Show me how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Give me the wrench. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it be just that, man. And it's just like, for y'all, even like back, I think a couple podcasts ago, one of the questions that I had was like, how are we leading the youth? And the thing is about that question, it's a loaded question, because it's like, how are you moving? Because the reality of it is, it's not what you're saying to them, it's what they're watching you do.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even through the experience can be like, man, I'm chilling with my pop, or my pop with his girl, and I'm watching him, how he treats his girl.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
It's a fact. Yeah,
You feel me? So it's like
Yeah.
the little stuff.
There's a
See how
little
they
stuff.
add up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's crazy because, and then even like, let's hit another topic, right? So we said single fathers. Let's let single fathers bounce into entrepreneurship. How would those coincide together, but how are they different? That's a crazy question.
I can tell you from my experience alone, it's showing him that you don't need to work, quote unquote, for anybody. I know, like I said, my son is 13. I've literally had pretty much every job under the sun up until 7 years ago when I became a barber.
Yes, sir.
I've known y'all that long.
Yeah,
So about 7 years ago. So you take away that, you know, however old he was, 5, 6, whatever.
13.
13.
Yeah.
So it's just from that time up until now, he has seen not only the provider aspect of a father, but he's seen the security aspect of a father. He's seen, I got your back no matter what I'm doing over here, but let me do this over here so that way we can have it times 10 over here.
Yeah.
And so my son isn't spoiled at all. Y'all know him. He's not spoiled at all.
I almost beat him up.
Yeah.
Before we came inside, I almost beat him up.
Yeah. But he's not spoiled at all, but he definitely understands that if need be, I got him.
Yeah.
And I tell him all the time, because he talks to his friends. He always have a fresh haircut at school. And I tell him all the time, I said, don't tell your friends that your father owned a barbershop, because I don't want them to ever use you in that sense of, oh, your dad got it, so you got it. No, just tell him I'm a barber, and if any other questions come about, we'll figure it out from there. But for me, the entrepreneurship aspect is just showing him that you're a man, you're a provider. You can have the same thing anybody else out here can have if you work for it.
That's key.
I feel that.
Key. That's key. Because you know what, man, and it's I like that aspect of what you said, because if we think about it, right, especially we see it. These kids are coming into the barbershop and they coming in with their tablets in their hands and they not paying attention to nothing. They socially awkward. They can't talk. You know what I mean? But it's like they also missing the aspect of you have to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause it's like instant gratification right now. Everybody just want it, you know what I mean? But you showing them like, look, you know, and even like I say, that was a loaded question. But when we think about entrepreneurship, the thing is, it's like no matter what you want to be in life, you gotta work hard at it.
Yeah, I know. There's been many a times. You see Caden in the shop sweeping the floor, folding towels. Boy been folding towels, I kid you not, since he was like 7 or 8. So I tell him, fold some towels. Put them in there. He know what to do. Sweep the floor. He know where to go.
Yeah.
Clean the bottom of the stations. These are the things that if you want something good in life, you have to provide a good service and a good quality experience. So even if it's like he's talking about starting up a clothing line. So I told him, I said, okay, cool. I love the fact that you know, exploring the entrepreneurship aspect or whatever. I said, I'll front you the first 500. And he was like, what? Seriously? I said, oh yeah, but you got to pay it back because this is how it goes. I'm not giving it to you. So it's like a loan. And he was like, okay. So now it's teaching them money management. Again, another learning lesson.
Yeah.
These are things where if you do decide to work for yourself or be an entrepreneur, whatever it is, you have to know these little things so that way you could be successful.
Yeah. Yeah. You 100% correct. Hey, Mel, so right. Listen, man. Hey, Mel, so you said your son
Yeah.
was rapping he finna rap at the thing.
Yeah, he did it yesterday. Yeah.
Would you push your son, if he enjoyed that line, like meaning, Pops, I just did this rap at the talent show, I did good, I think I want to pursue music, right? This is a form of entrepreneurship, right? What would you say to him?
I'm gonna support him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna support him off rip. I mean, it has been talked about it before. So like this entrepreneurship situation, like him being 14, I push him to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he would say a lot. I'm gonna jump back on that, but he would say, oh, I can't wait to get a job so I can have money to do this. I can't wait to get a job, have money. Like, what you want a job for, dog? Why you want to go work for somebody when you can be doing it your own self? So at the time, he did start off with his. He had some tie-dye socks. You know what I mean? He'll buy some Nike socks. You know what I'm saying? He'll dye them and stuff like that, and then sell them. You know what I mean? He'll buy them for like, I guess they was like 26, and then sell them for like, I think 26 for maybe 6, and then he'll sell them a pair, 20 a pair. You know what I'm saying? So you're making your bread, and you got your own business account and all that. You know what I mean? But he been doing his football thing, so I let him know off rip. So back to the rapping situation, yo, you gotta read. You know what I'm saying? You gotta read. You're gonna have to write your poems. You're gonna have to, you know what I mean? When I ask you to spit something right now, you could do it. You know what I mean? He kind of doing that now. He able to without hesitation. He'll go. And having my younger brother, I mean, he's rapping. You know what I'm saying? And he see the glitz and glamour of Instagram. My son, he see the glitz and glamour of Instagram. So my brother got the golds and the jewelry, you know what I'm saying? And he'll see the flyers of him at the club and all that. But you don't see the background. You don't see what he actually going through. You know what I'm saying? You see his songs online and stuff like that. You see the videos and stuff like that. But you don't see like the hard work he put in. You don't see that this man actually working, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you have bread for the studio. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for studio time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to go into the studio and
be that guy.
Just freestyle, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You better come
be
correct.
that guy.
You know what I'm saying? Have your lyrics ready, you know what I'm saying? So you can one shot it if you need to, but you don't want to be in there playing around. Like, it's a good bit of hour. Like, matter of fact, it'd be like 25 an hour. That don't seem like much. But you ain't getting nothing done in an hour. An hour blow by quick. You know what I'm saying? So I do with that. I do tell him, yeah, you gotta write. You gotta do certain things. So anything that he do, I make sure he put 100 into it.
Yeah.
Like, you want to play sports, like, bro, it's different now from when I was playing sports. They giving out contracts at 16, 15. Like, you trying to, I'm not always gonna be at the crib with you. So if you need to go to the gym, you know where the key at. You can go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can take the cones outside and go You know what I mean, do your routes and stuff like that, do your footwork and stuff like that, get the ladder outside and do things like that. So in that aspect, like I do be on him, and I feel like he's heeding what I'm saying. Like I see that he can do more, but I still want him to be a kid though. You know what I'm saying? I don't really try to be on him, but I let him know sometimes, like, yo, so what you do today? Or I was on the game, whatever. Or you go outside and practice? Nah. Well, you know somebody else is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is right now. So then he'll go out and do his thing or whatever. But yeah, like I make sure I push him, and I don't try to go too hard. Like I ain't trying to live through him. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted my football career or my track career or whatever to go further. It didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna try to live through you. I want you to do what you want to do. And I know like you still young, so you're gonna have different decisions and stuff like that. Yeah. But this entrepreneurship, like I definitely push that. Like I don't want you working for nobody. I know how I feel. Somebody tell you, yo, you fired. You know what I'm saying? You can't be here no more.
That is
but you want me to
go in a
2
different
weeks,
direction.
Though, you know what I mean? Like
what?
Like we gonna go a different way.
That,
Like,
bro. Trust me.
Bro, you let me work all day, tell me you gonna go a different way, but you knew that.
You knew that when I came in this morning, man.
Like you already had your mind made up like a week ago, so you let me just be here a whole week.
Going hard. You know
like
what I'm saying?
I still got my job.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on time. This is my good week.
My
like,
good week, right?
You know what I mean? I'm working hard. I ain't slacking. I ain't taking no breaks like that. If I do, I'm back on time.
And like I tell my son the same thing. Like what you say right there just made me laugh because I was talking to him probably about a week ago. I said even when you do own your own clothing line, I said this is the part that's crazy. You work harder as an entrepreneur versus working for somebody.
Yeah.
I said, and that's the beauty of it, but the beauty of it is you get all the benefits of your hard work.
Right. It feel better. It feel a lot better.
Yeah.
I said that absolutely, and obviously, you got to do what you got to do to get where you got to be. It's no saying that, you should just, boom, be an entrepreneur or boom, own a business. I'll never tell anybody to do that unless they're ready to do it and have thought about it tenfold over. Because again, you gotta have faith in it. And if you don't have faith in it, it's not going nowhere.
Oh,
like y'all both know my journey, and there's been times where I'll be like, "Hey, let's do this," and y'all look at me crazy, and I'm like, "Nah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work." Tonzo and Maine is the prime example.
That's a fact.
This is how we started. Hey, this is gonna work, bro. You know what? I gotta show them. Boom. What? 5 years later?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
I remember conversations about it.
Yeah.
In the barbershop.
Yeah.
All started in the barbershop.
And see, this is where like I tell my son all the time, like you don't need to have a 9 to 5.
Word.
But in order to get where you need to be, that 9 to 5 may set you up so that way you can be where you want to be.
I do want to jump on that too. I don't want my man working a 9 to 5, period. So the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, the working how I'm working, like behind the chair, you know what I mean? I want to go get my S&P and all of that stuff. Like, it ain't no reason that you might not really want to do this here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got a different path, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you got something that I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? My pops wasn't there like I wanted him to be. My step pops, it's kind of like your situation. You know what I mean? My mom's was there. But my mom's was also, I remember my mom graduating college when I was 6. And I remember her graduating college again when I'm 26 with her master's. You know what I'm saying? So you've always been in school, but you ain't been showing up to my games like that like I want to. I look up the stands, you ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Or just other little things, but you at the big stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I realized that later on. You know what I'm saying? But I want him to, and that's why I try to instill him to the entrepreneurship. Like, with the other people, they able to pass down a legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want to pass down a legacy for you. I want to do all of this stuff right here, so you can have something, bro. I'm working hard so you can have something at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. If your NIL contract don't come through, or if your rapping don't go through like you wanted to, or whatever business that you got something to fall back onto. A lot of these other kids got something to fall back onto. You know what I'm saying? Being a young black man, we don't have stuff to fall back onto, so that's why we gotta work 10 times harder, like you said. Like, yeah, we gotta definitely work hard, but I don't want you working for nobody, bro. Like, I don't want you having nobody, you setting somebody else's dream up, and you just working. Like, we had all types of jobs. I done work in a factory, I done work in construction, I've been to school for electrical, you know what I mean? I don't even like being out in the cold like that, to be real. You know what I'm saying? You call me a pretty boy, I don't like getting my hands dirty, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be out there like that. But, you know what I mean? I did it because I had to put the food on the table and stuff like that. But I see, as I'm there, I'm like, at the time, maybe like 26, 27, and this dude's there like 54, and you gotta be here.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want that life for my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that life for myself. You know what I mean? So that's why the team that I'm with, you guys, you know what I mean? Brandon, Rob, like, yo, we moving a little bit different. Like,
Yeah.
we different individuals, but we come together for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's progression. And yeah, I don't want my son to work for nobody, bro. Like, you ain't working on 9 to 5. That's why you need to do these certain jobs.
Yeah, and it's like when y'all talking about entrepreneurship, man. Like, I think entrepreneurship, you gotta have as multiple streams, because you need this to fund this and this to fund that.
Sure.
So it's like
And
you
live.
You know what I'm saying? And let's not forget living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of the
live.
time I gotta pay for this space and this space,
Yeah.
and then this space too. You know, and it's just the definition of hard work. Like, you have to work hard. You know, you gotta wake up every day, no matter what.
You got to.
Got
bro.
to.
No matter what, you know what I mean?
You ain't doing it. They ain't getting paid. You ain't getting nothing.
Right,
Ain't
and
no vacation days.
It was one thing you guys said. I think it was you, Kendall. You said something about faith. Right? So what? Like, we talking about those first two things. How does faith play a part in all of that?
Man, that's a major thing, bro. Because sometimes so faith is going off what you don't see. 'Cause that's how it go. Bro, them bills be piling up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this I don't know if we in a recession right now, but them gas prices be crazy. The food start going up all crazy.
Yeah.
My son 14, I think he like in a 9 now. Them trains be like 160, 220. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a grown man foot.
come on, huh?
Literally.
You got to get a 10 and a half, dog. We want to share these. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's, man, that faith is everything. I mean, it gets you through the day. It gets you through the day. You need that to survive. I feel like the faith, you know what I'm saying? The faith in yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And faith in what you're doing is the right thing. Like you said, sometimes we ain't really there for you. We ain't really there for each other like we supposed to be there for each other.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
And we got to go ahead and do times on man dolo, and then bring it back to the team.
Mhm.
Like, man, this is what I was doing. Like, you in the gym right now, like you said. You know what I mean? You getting your Kyrie on. Now you got to bring that back to the team, and you know what I mean, make us better. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he doing right now with his times on man, like, that's different connections that he gonna bring back to the team. You know what I'm saying? You bring back to the home front. But that's faith. He went on faith and did that. Like, you gotta you gotta jump off the porch, and if you fall, you just gotta get up. You know what I'm saying? But faith is everything. It's everything. Ain't nothing else. I don't know how else to put that joint, bro.
No, I agree with you. My thing is having faith in it. Everything that I do is, for me, it's when I'm thinking about something, when I'm trying to plan something, I throw ideas back and forth all the time, just randomly, and I always say, you know, which one is gonna stick. And for me, it's having faith in that. Of once it stick, I know that this is the right one. And so even when it goes into District Grooming Company, the barbershop that I own, you know, I have plans of expanding at some point in time, and it's certain areas, it's certain things that stick out to me, and it's like, okay, this is what it is. So then I sit down and ask, like, okay, well, I'm letting faith guide me on this right here, and it always go back to those certain things. So I'm like, okay, this is where I feel as though that I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's going blindly sometimes, because you can't physically see faith, but you feel it.
Yeah.
And you know it's there. And that's where, for me, it's more of a understanding and at peace with that. Okay, so I know if my faith is going to take me in this direction, I can't go wrong. and so far it hasn't steered me wrong. You know what I mean? So that's something for me. It's even with people, it's the same thing. It's just dealing with certain people. It's like, okay, so now something does get thrown up, like a monkey wrench or whatever, gets thrown into the equation. It's like, okay, well, I did have a little weary. I was a little bit weary about this person and dealing with him in a business deal, or just, you know, having them around, even coming close to the circle, because nobody is really inside of the circle unless you're inside the circle. But I'll be honest with you, that circle can't be broken. Like I said, it could be no conversation for months, but if I get a call, hey, listen, I need your help with something, I'm pulling up, or I'm trying to figure out a way how to help that person in the circle. But that's all based on faith as well. So I'm having faith in Mel, I'm having faith in Ben, making sure y'all doing y'all part, so that way when it does come back to the circle, everybody has, you got a crumb here, got a crumb here, we could build a loaf of bread. That's the best way to describe it. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, your knowledge is good in this area, I may not understand it, but explain it. Your knowledge is good in this area. There'd be times where even Ben, you having conversations with me and I'm like, bro, I have no idea about color at all, but I'm listening to you. But it makes sense and it clicks, and then when it's time for me to do color client, I'll ask for reassurance, right or wrong. Text you, hey, so what about blah 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 blah. It's just, I haven't done one in a while, but it's like, hey, what about this, and walk me through the whole thing. Same thing with Mel, Tailored Ambition. Ask a question about whatever it is, I'm giving them all the information on, you know, what designers or what manufacturers to use when it goes to t-shirts. So just small things, but it's having faith in Mel, knowing that he's going to take this information and use it when he's ready to use it. And when he's ready to use it, he'll have ample amount of information right there.
And it's like one thing y'all said earlier was like your circle, right? And then so when we talked about faith, what is it? Believing in the unseen, right? Moving not by sight but by faith. You know what I mean? And then also having faith in your team, right? I ain't seen Tahoe in a minute. I put the bird card out this week and look where he at. You know what I mean? And it's just like that. I had faith that it was like, he said, I gotta move some things around. You know what? I got faith. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is I need you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like little things like that. And even when you're saying, like, you know, he's doing Tons on Man, you know, you're doing Taylor Ambition, you know, but then at the end of the day, we all go separate ways. But when we come back, you know what I'm saying, we're bringing information to the table that's going to help us all grow. You know, so one, leading into your circle, you know what I mean? But then understanding that faith is just like you say, man, you know what? I'm going to just wake up and just give it to God. Right, because what you be saying, what you always say, hey man, we in the trenches. I live better in the trenches.
Comfortable.
You know I be comfortable in the trenches, man, because it's like I'm in a position where I'm finna just give it to God and I'm finna just go. So now I'm not even thinking about nothing. I'm just going. You know what I mean? Every door that needs to open is finna open. Every light I need to turn green finna turn green. You know what I mean? And the people who I don't need to be around, they finna remove themselves. I ain't even gotta tell you, I don't want to be around you, bro.
Let them stay gone, though. Let them stay gone.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing my grandma used to always say, shit, I be having quotes, don't I? My family, man, because they be saying some stuff, you know. My grandma used to always say, if you mad at somebody, they don't need to know you mad at them. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times I live like that. If I'm mad at you, you don't need to know that. And I have faith that you're going to remove yourself. If you belong, you belong. If you don't, you don't. You know, we got people inside the circle that we may not like. But you belong. And I love you. You understand what I'm saying? But some
like
people...
by the way.
Even like going off of faith, right? One of the last things we're going to touch on, right? And it was something that Giannis said. He was talking about leadership. But Giannis said, I can show KD how to lead a team. When we talk about leadership, right? Do you lead by, how do you lead? You lead by talking, you lead by doing, discipline. What? How do we, and you know what? Just to add on that, let's add on to this. Respect or loyalty?
I lead by example. Starting off, I believe that is the biggest thing. If I ask you to do something best believe I have already done it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still willing to do it. So for me, it's mainly if I'm in the shop sweeping the floor and I say, hey bro, could you sweep the floor to one of the barbers, and they look at me like I'm crazy, I'm like, well, what makes you feel as though that you're above anybody in the shop?
Yeah.
If you want to go to a hierarchy and a chain of command, technically I'm the top dog, and I'm still in the trenches with you.
Yeah.
Which my motto is, I'm always comfortable in the trenches. I don't, I've told you many a times when I need to put on a ski mask and when we need to keep our head low.
Yeah.
It's not, and we use a lot of analogies based off of where we grew up at, but it's still the same, concept of what it means, that I'm ready to ride when it's time to ride, and I don't mind getting my hands dirty.
Yeah.
So if I'm leading by example, there is nothing for me, my son, or anybody can say that, oh well, he didn't earn this.
Yeah.
So when it goes into the respect or loyalty, I don't know which one is more than the other, because I like both of them. The loyalty of my people, of course.
Yeah.
If we gonna ride, we gonna ride. No matter if I'm wrong or right, I expect for you as a loyalty aspect to tell me if I'm wrong or right. Hey, you wasn't right. These are difficult conversations.
Very, very. But you gotta have them.
Yeah. But out of that comes respect.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna respect you more, or you more, if you tell me, bro, this ain't what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how can I get mad at that? You know what, Ben? You know what, Mel? You're right. I need to sit back. There's been times y'all have said it. And I sit back and be like, I can't even get mad at y'all right now, or I can't get mad at whatever the situation is, because it's like, you know what? Maybe I need to look at it from a different point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Or vice versa. It's same thing with y'all. It's like, you know what? You're right. And I'm like, but this is all going back to the circle aspect too. Your circle of people should be loyal to you, and everybody should respect you. Now when it goes into the outsiders, and this is just my own personal thoughts on it, when it goes on to the outsiders, I demand respect from anybody because I'm giving it back to you.
Yeah.
Word.
Your loyalty is not something I really care about if I don't know you.
Yeah.
How are you going to be loyal to somebody or something that you have no knowledge of or know who this person is?
That's a fact now.
So now, out of respect, I'm always going to respect you, because this is how I was raised. This is how, whatever the case is, and as a man, as a woman, or whatever the situation is, I'll respect you accordingly.
Yeah.
So now, that's just, like I said, my thoughts on it. Everybody has their, I don't know. No,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't.
I feel like you hit that on the head
Yeah.
real well, but can you give it to me one more time?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So it's so we was talking about leadership, right?
Leadership,
And
how you
Giannis said, I can show KD how to lead a team,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I say, like, how do you lead? Do you lead by example? You lead by word of mouth? You how do you lead your team? And then I also said, I take it a step further. Loyalty or respect?
I got you. Alright. I just wanted to refresh on that because he went deep. But
He went
I
deep.
felt like you hit everything, and I agree with him. I agree with you on, especially that last part. Like, if I don't know you, what I'm saying, I really can't be loyal to you. I'm gonna respect you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I go into every situation with respect. But with loyalty with my circle, like, I expect that. You know what I'm saying? But how I lead, I've been in sports a lot, so I'm versatile with how I lead. Cause at times, like when I first came around y'all two, it was y'all was my mentors. You know what I'm saying? But then in certain situations, you really couldn't push the ball up the court like you wanted to. So I had to step in and fill those shoes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't by example, you know what I'm saying? But I had to step up.
Yeah.
Now for my son, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to show him by example. Now, not also with my son has his friends, and I can see how his friends look up to me. You know what I mean? So I gotta again lead by example. But then when I see you stepping on the line, I gotta let you know, hey bro, like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do that differently. You know what I'm saying? So now it's by word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I said, I know your pops ain't around. but this ain't the way that you need to be acting, this, that, and the third. Like, I gotta check you. So it's versatility with me on how I'm a lead, because even like I said, even in our team, like, y'all been in the barbering game longer than me, so y'all got more experience and stuff like that. But in life, like, we all kind of around the same age. So if y'all falling off, you know what I'm saying, or you need a shoulder, like, yeah, I gotta pick you up and keep you moving. And now we got new members of the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta show them the right way. And sometimes how y'all led wasn't the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta show them the right way. Like, I ain't like how he did that. I understand why he did that. But now, again, with understanding, I mean, you know better. So now I gotta show them better.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like that's that. But definitely with the loyalty, like, I expect y'all to be loyal. I expect y'all, you know what I mean, to hold me down. I expect y'all to let me know when I'm wrong. But with respect, like, I do also, I expect everybody to respect me, because that's how I'm gonna come into the situation. Even if I don't know you, like, I'm gonna respect you. That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
If you my elder, I'm gonna say yes, ma'am, no, sir. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Some nowadays people don't really like that, make them feel old, but it's not even an old thing. Like, you experience, you got more knowledge than I do. Like, I'm just coming in respecting you like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. Loyalty, yeah, that's number one. But respect, like, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But like he said, if I don't know you, yeah, I don't expect you to be loyal.
Yeah.
Like, period. So, but I expect you to respect me in my face. You know what I mean? At least. That's kind of what it is. So how about you, dog?
I mean, it's crazy, man. I just throw it on me, right? Yeah. Nah, it's crazy, man. Like, I'm very indifferent, because I'm a loner, right? So my expectations is loyalty, 100%. My expectations, and I'm a person, like, I'm loyal from a distance, so I expect you to do the same, right? And that's just how I move. I'm very militant in that way, right? Respect is given, right? So we all come in giving respect. The only thing you can do for me is demote your level of respect that I'm finna give you, right? But that's different between my circle and the people that I don't know. The people that I don't know, it just is what it is. Either today I want to, or today I don't want to, and that's bad. That's bad, but that's why I know I'm a loner. I tend to just go ahead and be by myself, and part of it is knowing yourself. And some of those days, you know, let me engage and let me not engage. You know what I'm saying? But respect amongst the team, I think that's mandatory, because we have to live with each other, and we have to grow with each other. So it's like, you know, you may not like me today, but man, we're gonna respect each other every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I may get on your nerves today, but we gonna respect each other today. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty is the same thing, man. I expect loyalty because I'm giving loyalty, and that's all I know. You know what I mean? When I think about leadership, and I'm always a silent leader. You know, I was placed in a position to where I had to lead verbally. I didn't like it, just because I felt like it's like Kobe, right? Or Jordan. Why did Kobe respect Jordan? Because of what he did. And why do people respect Kobe? Because of what he did. So it's like, for me, because, you know, these new age kids that we got out here nowadays, you can say everything you want to, but they're not listening. But if you doing, and they see you doing, and they hip to it, then that's their form of listening. You know what I mean? So for me, I always feel like life's a game. You got to learn how to play the game. So I'm always mentally, it's always a mental exercise with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I can't talk to you. I got to lead you like this. So it's always like a roll of the dice on how you got to lead. You know what I mean? And I think, to me, that's the struggle of being a leader. When I wake up in the morning, I don't even know how I'm gonna have to lead today.
That's real.
And you know what's so crazy? I wake up in the morning and I be like, well, I want to be like KD. I just want to be the shooter. When you need 5 points crunch time, give me the ball. But that whole talking to the press and all that other stuff, I prefer not to. But I know God has blessed me to where I have to. So you learn how to. So it's like, it just depends on the situation. It really just depends on I always live it like this. I'm being thrown in the fire. So whatever the Lord want me to do right then and there is just how I'm finna go. You want me to be quiet and lead quiet, and I'm gonna lead quiet. And I never know. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. So it's like I don't want to dictate that this is the way I am or that's the way I am. I just go, man. Life almost like a freestyle sometimes, you know. And you get the best job when you ain't thinking. You know what I mean? And that may have not even answered the question. No. But that's how I go. I just give it to God, man. And I just have faith that it's all gonna be good. And it's crazy that everything that we talked about came in one circle. You know what I mean? So if I was to ask y'all one last thing, right? What's the moral of today? What's the moral?
Faith. Have faith.
I would say for me, the moral is everything. What's the best way to say it? Faith, definitely, but that's not the word I want to use right now. It's more of understanding, I guess. And I say understanding because even from just the first topics we were talking about with the guy, Brandon Miller and Darius Miles, understanding the situation of who you are, where you're at, and the things that have went on in that situation shouldn't have happened. That's number one. Even understanding when it goes into being a single father, recapping on that too. It's understanding that things will be difficult, but you stand in the paint, you still got somebody else that's looking up to you no matter what, as well as just the entrepreneurship aspect and everything. It's the understanding that everything there for every action there's a reaction, for every thing that you do there's a repercussion for whatever it is that goes along too. So again, I guess it is having faith in that as well, and having faith that you're going to be able to navigate through it with the grace of God as well.
What about you, Mel? What's the moral of the day?
Again, I'm gonna jump on the faith aspect, man, because without faith, you ain't really gonna make it through the day. Like,
I agree.
I feel like it's been days I wake up and you know what I mean, you'll tell me all the time, yo, you gotta have a plan for the day.
Yeah.
Bro, sometimes I do not have a plan, bro. I do not have a plan. And some days, like, you get your normal routine, you wake up, get ready, brush your teeth, turn your music, go to work. You ever have one of them days where you not going to work and you just like, man, what I'm gonna do today? You know what I'm saying? Like, just something as small as that. But I kind of left with that. But faith, bro, like, in every move that I make, I gotta have faith to go home. I hope these boys don't pull me over. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have faith. Like, all these, let's be real, all these killings and all of this going on, man. People getting kidnapped at the 7-Eleven down the street, or 3 people dying the other day at Pine Hills. I live in Metro West, like, that ain't too far. You know what I'm saying? A 9-year-old girl got hit, and the dude was 19, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Kid.
Just faith. My son gonna make it home. All these school shootings, you know what I'm saying? Like, just faith, like, everybody gonna make it through the day.
Yeah.
Faith that I ain't gotta get a phone call that nobody in my circle ain't make it home. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk to each other every day, so we don't really know what we going through every day. You know what I mean? So I don't know when you get home. Sometimes, well, not all the time. I don't know when you get home. I don't know when he get home. You know what I mean? So, like, I just gotta have. You gotta have faith. Everything gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You gotta have faith that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you just gonna make it through the day. You gonna have that money for the bills when the money getting tight. This is my morals of the stories. Homie that brought the gun to Brandon. I forget his name.
Well, Darius. He shot him. Brandon brought the gun.
All right, so Brandon, the one who brought it, like, you better have faith. You don't get caught up in that joint, and you a star of the team right now. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to look at your one and done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now,
he a star,
bro. He ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why they was born him like that. I know we jumping off. That's another reason why he was born him like that was because they don't feel like he should be playing. But the reason why they feel like he is playing is because he's so good that they need him in his time right now.
Mm-hmm.
So now you looking at the coaches like, I mean, what's up? So that's the coaches kind of in the hot seat too, because it's like, why you letting him play when you know he implicated in something? But ain't really nothing they could do because he ain't charged with nothing. He ain't being looked at for nothing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he brought it, but he ain't see it, he ain't touch it, type deal. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's
goes to the edge.
you feel me? You teeter-tottering, dog. But again, it's just faith for me, man. Make it through the day.
Yeah, I would go both of that. Faith and knowing your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Knowing your surroundings, knowing your people. Well, I would involve people with your surroundings. Know your surroundings and have faith, man. Every day you leave the houses, you gotta leave with faith. You gotta leave with faith. You gotta come home on faith.
Word.
It's all important, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If God doesn't dictate your day, beginning to end, it's very hard. It's very, very hard. You know what I mean? And
It's easy to slip up.
it's easy to slip up. You know what I'm saying? So for me, faith, I will go on. The moral of the whole thing is just faith. Yeah, man. Being able to move on faith. Being able to move on what you don't see, and trusting. You know, but you gotta trust your surroundings. Trust the people around you. Trust the team you with. You know, and make good decisions, man.
Word.
I ain't gonna front. We gonna wrap it up, man. You know, I think today today it was brought to us by Divine Truth Christian Center. You know, Truth Learning Academy, 0 to 100 Automotive, and the Broken Plate. You know, those are our sponsors for today. Pastor Martin, in his absence, he's out in Jacksonville fellowshipping with his brethren, and we're here, man. You know, on behalf of Kendall, thank you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Shamel, thank you for coming through.
Of course, anytime,
man, you know,
anytime.
this is Soul Therapy Live. This is my first time, but it's many more to come from here, man. And hopefully we'll see these brothers again, man. Did y'all guys enjoy yourselves?
I
enjoy
did,
myself.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like talking.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I'm an introvert, so I don't really like talking.
Mm-hmm.
When you start throwing these topics out, yeah, let's talk about it, bro.
Yeah,
talk
man.
about
You
it,
and
bro.
you guys, man, I ain't gonna front, man. You guys are really good guests. Well, Mel, you a co-host. Tahoe, you was a good guest, man. Like, man, I hope that you come back. Big blessings on your business. Let them know what your business is again.
Towns on Main men's grooming product, District Grooming Company.
And
Barbershop.
where's District Grooming located at?
Oviedo, Florida, inside the Oviedo Mall, right next to the pretzel shop. You'll see me usually standing in the front, cutting hair. I'm there 6 days a week. DistrictGroomingCompany.com. If you want to book an appointment, you can go on there as well. We have a list of other barbers. And come check us out.
Yeah, man. So once again, shout out to our sponsors, Divine Truth Christian Center, Truth Learning Academy, 0 to 100 Automotive, you know, Broken Plate, and then also District Grooming Company.
District Grooming Company.
Tons on Main. Man, we love y'all. We love God. We love people. And man, just watch your circle, because your circle is everything, man.
Yes, sir.
We out. Bro,
I wanted to see myself.
at the beginning, I was so nervous.
Sweating like crazy, dog. You was so